Hi, today we're going to see how to create this composite in GIMP. So first I'm going to delete this image here. I will put the link of the images I will use in the description box. So first we need to add an alpha channel to this layer. So right click on it and then add an alpha channel. And now I just want to keep the cave here. I'm going to remove the background here. So I'm going to use the paths tool, select the paths tool, press the plus key on your keyboard to zoom in. And now I'm just going to make selection here. I'm going to make a path here. So now that I'm almost done, keep the control key down here and then click on the first path here to close the path here and then press enter. So you have selection. Press the minus key on your keyboard to zoom out. And now if you want to remove the path, just select another tool. And now I'm going to feather this selection. So go to select, feather. I'm going to feather it by 2 pixels here and then press OK. And then press the delete key on your keyboard. So here it is, and now go to select, none to remove the selection. And now I'm going to bring my second image. So I'm going to bring this image here of space. So as you can see here, the space image here is smaller here. It opened in a smaller size here. So now I'm going to scale it up. So select the scale tool, decrease the opacity here. So we can see that in order to cover the empty space in the cave, left click here, and then keep the control key down here, and then scale up. So here, I think I'm going to keep it like this, press OK, press enter, sorry. And now increase the opacity here of the space layer to 100, and place it under the cave layer. So click on this icon here. And now select the move tool. And now I'm going to place it here. So try to move it here. So I'm going to leave it like this. So right click, layer to image size. I'm going to reduce the space layer here, saturation. So go to colors, hue and saturation. So I'm going to reduce it till here. So I'm going to keep it like this, press OK. And now select the cave layer here, this one here. For this one too, I'm going to reduce the saturation. So go to colors again, hue and saturation, and then reduce the saturation. So here, I think I'm going to leave it like this, press OK. And now select the cave layer. And now I'm going to duplicate it, click on this icon here. And then I'm going to darken this cave here. So go to colors, exposure. I'm going to darken it a little bit like this. So I think I'm going to increase it a little bit like this. So I think I'm going to leave it like this, press OK. And now I'm going to add the white layer mask to this darkened cave here, the top one. This is the highlighted one. This is the darkened one. So that when I paint with black here, I will reveal some highlights here on the edges of the cave. So right click here on the top one, the darker cave, add a layer mask. Check the white full opacity layer mask and then add. And now make sure you're on the layer mask. So if you select this one, as you can see, there is a white outline around it. So select the layer mask, press the plus key on your keyboard to zoom in, select the brush tool, make sure the foreground color is black. And let's reduce the hardness here to 25 around, 23 here, like this. Increase this size a little bit. So I'm going to increase more. And then I'm just going to paint here like this. So I'm going to increase a little bit the hardness and the force. Increase the size again. And then I'm going to paint here on the edges of the cave here to reveal some highlights. So here I think I'm going to leave it like this. Press the minus key on your keyboard to zoom out. And now I'm going to merge these two layers, these two caves here. So click on this icon here. So here it is, and now I'm going to bring the third image. So I'm going to bring this person here. So here it is, and now convert it here. But as you can see, I can see the person, so I'm just going to make path here, make selection, remove the background here. So first of all, right click here on the person layer, layer to image size. So Control Z, forgot to add an alpha channel. Right click first, add an alpha channel first, and then right click, layer to image size. And now I'm going to make path here around the person. So press the plus key on your keyboard to zoom in. And now I'm going to make path. So now I'm almost done. I just need to link the last path with the first one. So keep the control key down here and then left click on the first one and then press enter. Press the minus key on your keyboard to zoom out here. And now if you want to remove the paths here, just select another tool. And now I'm going to feather this selection. So go to select, feather, going to feather it by 2 pixels, press OK, and then go to select, invert, and then delete, go to select, none, so press the plus key here, and now I'm going to remove these parts here, so let's select the fuzzy select tool, so here like this, just left click, the threshold is 30, so here are the settings I'm using, and now press the delete key, and now for this one, just click on it, here, and then press the delete key. So here, as you can see, the mode here is add to the current selection. And now go to select, none. So here it is, press the minus key on your keyboard to zoom out. And now I'm going to scale down this person. So select the scale tool, left click. And now as you can see here, the chain icon here is linked. So keep the control key down here and then scale it from one handle here. It will scale it proportionally like this. So I'm going to paste here. I think here it's too big. Scale it down again. So I'm going to leave it like this, press enter. Now press the plus key on your keyboard to zoom in. And now I'm going to reduce the saturation. So go to colors, hue and saturation. I'm going to reduce it a little bit like this. So here, and now press OK. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the cave here. I'm going to duplicate this layer and then darken the top layer here. So go to colors, exposure, and then reduce the exposure here a little bit like this. So here, and now press OK. And now I'm going to add a white layer mask on the darkened layer here, the top layer, right click, add layer mask. Check the white full opacity layer mask. And now as before with the cave here, I'm just going to paint some highlights here on the person here. So select the brush tool, make sure the foreground color is black. And now I'm going to reduce the size here. Press the plus key. So here, as you can see, if I press the plus key, it adds to the size here. So I'm going to select another layer and then make sure to select the layer mask here. Press the plus key here. Now press the minus key here. So just reduce the size here. And now if you paint on top here, so I think it's too much, Control Z, going to reduce the hardness here. Now let's see, increase it, and then here if I paint. So here I think it's okay here. So I'm just going to paint here on top. So where the light will hit the person here. Now let's reduce size here, and now I'm going to paint here the highlights here. So reduce size and then just here like this, his hand a little bit. So now press the minus key on your keyboard to zoom out. And now I'm going to merge these two layers here, the darkened person with the lighter person here. So click on this icon here. And now I'm going to create a new transparent layer. So click on this icon here, fill it with transparency, and then press OK. And now place it under the person here. Let's name it shadow here. Press enter. And then place it under the person layer. So the top one here is the person layer. Press the plus key on your keyboard to zoom in. And now I'm going to add some shadows here. So select the brush tool, increase the size a little bit like this. So it's 368 for the hardness and the force. Make it around 20 or 25 and then just paint here like this. Here, you can still decrease here the hardness and the force. And then I'm just going to paint here like this. Press the minus key here. So here I think it's too much. Select the eraser tool. Then just erase some part here like this. So let's select the brush tool again. So here now I think it's okay. So select the top one, right click, new from visible. And now I'm going to add some color grading. So I'm going to use GIMP. So go to filters, GIMP. So now I'm going to move the window here like this. And now go to colors. And then scroll down. Here go to color presets. So this one here. And now here on LUTs pack, click here and then select Alex Jordan. And for the preset, select the Dream 85. But you can still experiment with others here. So as you can see, there are a lot of sliders here for the strength, brightness, contrast, hue, saturation. And now I'm going to leave it like this, so press OK. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and till next time.